Hey guys, it's Mitchell from Small Town Hustle Couple. My lovely wife Renita is behind the camera today, and we're going to show you what's been going on the last couple weeks. We went through a snowstorm. We've had COVID here locally. It's been pretty bad, and so things have slowed down eBay-wise for us, unlike in December when we were shipping out 15 to 20 packages a day. Here we are in February, and you know, if we get 5, 6, 9, 10, we're lucky.
So we ran sales also.
Yes,
I'll add this in every once in a while. We ran some eBay sales. When our sales are down, you can always run a store sale. So that's what we've been doing to try to boost our sales a little.
I ended up putting my stuff 50% off that I had had for a long period of time, and that boosted it for a little bit. And did you do the same? You did the same too,
didn't
didn't you?
do 50% off. I did 30% off, but just did 500 items, where you did like 200 items.
Yes. So anyway, we're going to open this box and show you.
Where'd we get the box? You need to tell them where we got it.
Oh, we got this. You want to stop?
So I'm going to side talk here. While we were in the house for both illness and snowstorms, we decided to look for a couple places to order some things, maybe some pallets or some boxes. This is one that Mitchell found. It was an auction up in St. Louis. It's supposed to be like an estate auction, but since then we're thinking it's a auction where they get many, it's not just like a home estate auction, they get many different people who have like collectibles that they want to get rid of. So start pulling some of these out. This is one of the boxes. Here's how it's in a box. They make you come to St. Louis and pick this stuff up, but they have a third-party shipper, right? And it costs us like
a third-party shipper, and they charge a certain percentage.
Yeah, they get a little bit of a fee to send it to us.
Yes, and since we was 2.5 hours away, it was good to do that, and it was affordable.
It was like $100.
So on this one,
so just start pulling them out.
Okay.
So we got some Star Wars micro machines. This one says it's from Kmart, $9.99. You know, someone was a collector of these toys, so they and this one looks a little, you know, it's dented. Some of it's going to be dented.
Star Wars C-3PO Cantina. That's
Star Wars. I don't know that these are super valuable. You know, you're allowed to comp these, of course, before you bid.
Star Wars. That's the
we looked several of them up.
Jedi Duel, Final Jedi Duel. There's another one.
Okay, so they're the micro machines.
Star Wars Death Star, and here's the last one that's in this box. And unfortunately, this one's taped up pretty good, which is good, I guess.
I think that's the game, the Xbox game, and it was missing a couple pieces, but I think that was a pretty valuable game because it had hand painted pieses, where not all of the games had that.
There we go.
Turn it up.
That's kind of loose.
Open this up.
Open it up.
Yeah, because the people in it, if I can show you this without getting in the camera, the people in it are painted, and then all the other ones, they appeared like silver or just a base plastic color, and these are painted. I think they're hand painted. I don't know if it was by the person that bought it or a professional, but I've seen that some of these on eBay were selling pretty high. I think it's missing. Yeah, see, that's painted. So it's missing a couple pieces, but it will still be valuable to somebody, especially if they have the pieces that are missing and they need some of these. So that's the first box.
Okay, so here's our second box. You know, we don't know what's in this thing. This is going to be a surprise to us, just as it is you.
It's been a couple weeks since we had this online auction. Like we said, there was a snowstorm, so it delayed shipping, and the shipper had to hold on to it a couple extra days because she couldn't make it out. So we haven't even opened them. When we got them in, we just brought them in and put them in the basement until we had time to open them. So this one, yeah, we know what we ordered. We just hadn't opened this box, and we can't really remember, honestly. It's got some shipping padding in here. What's it look like to you?
Oh, well, this isn't what I thought was going to be in here.
Oh, we ordered this for our new thrift store. Yeah, it's a neon open sign.
Yes.
Oh,
that was me. So here's our third box, and in here it is the magic cards. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but anyway, we bought a lot of these cards.
There's several $100. We spent about $1,000 at this auction,
about $1,000
and $100 for shipping.
So now, they advertised it as having the foils and the rares and the hard to come by cards in here. I'm afraid that you know, we might have got taken on this one, because everybody that sees it, if they see a good card, they're gonna, you know, take it out, and they think, well, nobody's going to notice. We bought this for about 4,000 cards total, and from what I can tell so far, you know, the good ones just aren't there. There is some rares and some foils in there, but they're the more common or the lower ones. The good cards just don't seem to be in here, even though they show pictures of it and they advertised rares and the good cards. You know, I just don't. It's just
We
not
haven't
here.
we haven't found them yet. That's
Haven't
what he's
found 'em
saying.
yet.
So he hasn't went through every card, obviously, but his gut instinct is unlike when he went through his brother's collection and was able to find $1,000 cards at a time. These, if they were another collector, they likely had already either sold the better cards or they didn't have good cards to begin with and just had a ton of common cards. And these sold for several $100s per lot. So we are concerned that we're going to not be able to maybe get our money back on some of these.
Might not do so well on these.
We bought some.
It'll take a while to go through. There's so many.
You have to scan the cards. There's an app that he scans these cards on.
TCG Player, I believe. TCG Player. And you can also get it. You can also Google it.
TCG Player.
TCG Player.
And you scan it, and it comes up as what?
It will tell you the price of the card.
It'll tell you what it's selling for.
It will tell you yes what it's going for, the average of what they're going for. Yeah, there's.
And you can tell he's learned a lot about these, about the edges and things like that, the colors and the different symbols that are on them. But the camera will catch if it's an older version or a newer version. So yeah, there's some. You should have just dumped it out.
Yep, probably so. And that is it.
Well, that's like $500 worth of cards, or six. It might be $600 worth. Is there another box?
There's a couple more little boxes like this that I'm going through, but this is it. This is what we got.
Okay, well, I'm hoping there's a $1,000 card in there.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
If it does, I'll take back. I'll eat everything. Eat all those words that I just said that were a little.
We will
negative.
definitely do a video if we find a $1,000 card. One of the other avenues that we tried while we were home, we ordered from Bstock again. Mitchell did a shoe cleaning. Is that what it was?
Yes, I
Kiwi?
bought a kiwi palette. It was
some boxes of shoe cleaning products, like
kiwi.
for leathers,
It was all kiwi.
for
It
canvas,
It had the shams in there, the different colors of polishes, and that's went really well. It's selling pretty good.
The only problem with some of that is shipping the flammable products or the liquids. You have to ship those ground, obviously. So don't forget that if you invest in that. But that one wasn't a terrible investment. Mine, on the other hand, I chose a clothing and coats and sweaters because it was, below zero here. Okay, this is an example of one of the sweaters. So it's asymmetrical. It's like a, I don't even know. It's got one button on it. Here's the thing.
Like a poncho almost.
This said it was designer coats and sweaters, women's and men's. And it was posted at a value of $140, which was wrong because you couldn't even bid on it unless you bid more than $140 because it started higher than $140. So I was like, it's a typo. It's got to be at least $1,400. So it has no tag, no manufacturer. Pull it off.
No tag.
No tag at all. So no manufacturer. The only tag is on the inside, one little bitty corner. Check down here on the bottom. One down here. See that white tag down there at the bottom? That tag says 1L, acrylic and nylon. It has no brand name. It's actually an extra large, I think, or one size fits most.
There's no way you can research that.
So there was nothing barcode scannable. It wasn't an Amazon product. I have no idea where this stuff come from. It came from New Jersey, but it was.
New Jersey is another name for China.
But it's all Chinese products. It's all, I think. I mean, I'm posting it super cheap, hoping to sell some of it. But when you don't have a name brand, when it's unbranded, it has no barcodes. Now that doesn't look bad, and I've not even pulled this out yet. There was a few multiples of the items, and I've not seen this one. But there was so many faux Sherpas coats, and then of course they're covered in lint because they've been stored with other products. It was just a bunch. I called it just cheap garbage.
That looks like a rug, but it's not.
It'll
It's
be a
sweater
or something. Yeah,
It looks
and it's
like
green.
a woven rug.
So anyway,
I'm sure.
I spent on that palette, including shipping, over $600, and I will be lucky if we get $200. And it's kind of a nightmare. And posting it is super hard because if you lay it on the floor, you have to try to measure everything, and there's no closures. Unlike that sweater, trying to figure out what size person could wear it, nightmare.
Okay, hang on. So she bought that one, which isn't going to sell very well, and I bought the one that had a bunch of magic cards in it. It's not going to sell very well. We bought one for, let's say, $600 and one for $1,100. With you get the taxes and the shipping and stuff in there. So we may get $300 out of the cards and stuff that we bought, and she may get $200 for that. And the kiwi that we bought, I believe, how much did we pay for that? Do you remember?
It was $400 to $500.
It was $400 or $500, but we will probably double our money on that. So we're still going to come out behind.
So we're not saying Bstock is a complete bomb.
You just got to read it
Just again, make sure you know. I thought
for the sweater.
I thought there was a typo. Honestly, there was no way to bid. When you enter a bid, it said you're bidding more than the value amount, and I thought, well, there's no other amount I can put in there. Any amount that you had. The starting bid was over the value amount, so I thought it's a typo, and I went ahead and bid on it. And then I saw the next week before we got this, they already had another one posted, and it was the exact same way. So we were duped, I think.
Yeah,
So.
and the same way with the auction. I'm not going to say we was duped, but a lot of people had an opportunity to, if it was a collector, he sold the cards that was left over. He had already got the good cards out, and I can't say that they lied about it. Just there was a lot of bidding that went on for the cards, and we paid up, and we might get stuck with some.
I was hoping it was a household sale, like it was a one collector and it was the whole collection. But I'm thinking now multiple collectors of different items probably can, put their things together for this auction. But anyway, so I hope we shared a little bit of what we're doing. I hope you guys can learn a little bit from what we've done, maybe from our mistakes, because we're out probably $1,000 to $1,500 in sources that we tried while we were home. So,
Mitch and Renita, Small Town Hustle Couple, thank you very much. Please subscribe and like.
There's a big storm coming and it's starting to hail, but we're not stopping, there's another yard sale. We don't care if it's hot or cold, looking for a bargain never gets old. If you got stuff, we'll be there on the double, we're the small